If this nation, or in fact the world, ever needed heroes, that time is now. That time is now.
Assistant Mary Nelson, and that is all the computers indicate that whatever caused it came from somewhere in the Pacific. We'll start searching that area immediately.
Now it's time for Past Week, Next Week with Chris and Paul.
We've made this tradition the whole year long. We like to start the show with a song that symbolizes the last week, and I had trouble with this because I had two songs.
Oh.
And here's how the game works, everyone. You play a song, and then my friends here have to figure out why it was played. So let's see if you can figure it out. Here is Wildfire by Michael Martin Murphy.
Is this Burt Sugarman's Midnight Special?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Not to be confused with Murphy Murphy.
Yes.
Murphy Murph.
Murphy Murph.
Okay, Wildfire. There's got to be some kind of connection to what's happening
in the world
in the
today.
World, yeah.
Fires. Something on fire.
Something on fire.
Something just burning to shit right now.
Yes. American civilization as we know it.
That's actually more accurate.
I don't even think it's the obvious.
That's more accurate than just the wildfires in California.
Yes. Oh, man. This is just so...
Michael Murphy!
So representative of all those depressing 70s songs that I really like, even though it does depress me.
Yeah.
I should send you my yacht rock playlist.
Please do.
It'll depress the shit out of you.
Yeah. Oh, God.
It'll somehow make you happy and depressed at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
I think that's what yacht rock was all about.
That's a feeling I want to get into this year.
Being depressed and happy?
Yes.
At the same time?
I keep going
you don't know why?
I keep going back and forth. mostly not happy.
Wow, look at this dude.
Oh,
I've never seen him before.
I don't think this guy is on my yacht rock playlist.
It was not
that hair and the beard. He's like Kenny Loggins and Julie from The Love Boat.
All rolled up in one.
Oh, man. Yes. Dang. How many hits did Michael Murphy have?
Let me see. Let me check the paperwork.
Yeah.
Okay, there's Wikipedia, IMDb, the Grammys.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay, here it is, 0.
Okay.
So
He released one song called Wildfire.
the best of Michael Martin Murphy. Let's see what this playlist
Michael
has.
Martin Murphy? He's 3 M's?
Yeah. Carolina in the Pines.
Do I know that one?
That's a James Taylor song, I think.
I think that is, yeah.
Geronimo's Cadillac.
You made that up.
That was my nickname in high school.
Cherokee Fiddle.
What? Why is everything Native American with this guy?
Still taking chances.
Well, that's true about my
Iroquois urinal.
Michael Manchester Manson.
What's Forever for?
Dude, what is his hair care regimen? Look at that. Just flowing gold locks.
Here we got another one. Here's the
Okay,
Here's
here
the
we go.
Ohio players with Fire on KCTK Radio. Your home for the hits.
Oh, yeah. Again, we got a band with a horn section. You gotta love that.
Look at the drummer.
God dang.
Oh God, I love these guys so fucking much.
These guys look like a superhero group, don't they? This looks like
Jonas Hughes on the
What?
piano.
this looks like a job for the Funktastic 7.
Look at the double bass.
Oh God, you gotta love the double bass.
Was he wearing a Star of David necklace?
Yeah, I think he was. Oh man.
That's Prince. Actually, the Ohio players are very influential in the pre-Earth, Wind, and Fire. Who's the other people that came from like the Chicago, Midwest area, and then Prince?
God.
I don't know.
Rick James was a member of something.
Oh, he was?
Maybe he was a member of this. I don't remember.
No. God.
Well, you had the Funkadelics and Bootsy and all that.
Yes, right.
George Clinton.
These guys rock, man. Man, look at him slapping the bass. I wish I could twirl and play a trumpet.
If I had any guts at all, I'd join the school rock and learn how to play bass.
Yeah.
How do you think the kids nowadays would receive a band with live brass in it?
They wouldn't like it.
I don't think they would get it.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't get it. I think now would be a good time though for somebody to come on
Bring
the
it
scene.
and try it.
Yeah. Our generation would be all over it, I think.
You know, since we've destroyed TikTok for these kids, they're going to start listening to shit we like.
Yeah, they are.
So,
Yeah.
Oh, Sissy said hi, guys.
What is up, Nadia?
She's checking us out on YouTube.
Nice. She found us. Okay. So she's listening all the way out in Arizona?
She is.
How about that?
We are worldwide.
Yeah. Coast to coast. If you count the Missouri River as one of the coasts.
okay, that is the Ohio Players with Fire and Michael Marshall, Matt Manson, Murphy.
Did you call him Fire Marshal?
He had Wildfire. And that basically symbolizes the last week. We haven't been here for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
We're going to get into why, but this is the show. We call it the, what do we call it, past week, next week?
That's what we called it last year,
Come to
anyway.
past week, next week with Chris and Paul starting Boogie and introducing the texter, sometimes featuring Brian. This is the show where we review the most important things from the past week and get you ready for the next week.
And I'm Chris.
And I'm Paul.
What's up, suckers?
This is a show it's a real weak review. Just listen to us. You won't need any other information outlets, I guarantee. I tried to make the whole opening into one song, but it's too long.
AI should be governed.
It should be confirmed.
Hey,
Yes.
hold your beer on that one until I get.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Somebody's had a few weeks to put some
Play in the AI. Oh boy.
Hey, thanks for listening to us online at KCTKRadio.com. We were a little delayed because it was getting back up online. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, technical difficulty, apparently.
And then,
That never happens here.
yeah, and it was, so we're online, and then I had to make sure that we have the app because the KCTK Radio smartphone app is free. You can download it now. Big news for 2025, it's free. You can download it.
Whoa!
Yeah, and this is, we welcome all the TikTok people who can't use their TikTok today.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting that whole TikTok audience?
KCTK Radio smartphone app is very similar to TikTok.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Also, you can watch us. I don't know. I'm going to read this thing instead. You can join the experiment by calling or texting us at 913-735-0060. We welcome your participation. Forgot to say that we do have a brand new, I guess I'll get into this now. I got hacked on my Facebook page.
Ooh.
And I told Facebook it wasn't me, and they just disabled it. So whoever got my Facebook page put things that were not up to community standards, which is hilarious because what else was I putting on there, right?
Can you share some of the stuff they did or say?
I don't know. I couldn't get to it. I couldn't get to the page because I locked it down. I told them it wasn't me, and they turned it off.
Oh, man.
So then I sent in my...
So you don't even see what the person said or did.
But then I tried to get it reestablished, and they're like, this is locked down for community standards. Oh, damn. Then, because I got emails in the middle of the night, are you in Vietnam? Are you signing on? No.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, I get the Facebook notification that my Facebook is gone. And guess what I did, fellas? I said to myself, thank God above, thank God above. Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, I'm free at last. So
Timely.
Well, it certainly is.
No, it's timely tomorrow. Okay. So I thought I'm free from social media.
Yeah.
Then I remembered the KCTK Radio listeners because we do have some people who listen on Facebook.
Right.
So I'm like, I got to reproduce this, and so then I was having trouble making the page, which I ended up doing yesterday. But I'm having trouble with our cameras linking to that page. It keeps wanting to go to the old page.
Oh.
And I put in a help desk request, so I'm sure.
Our IT department will get all over that.
Justin or Kelly will be giving me a call.
Yeah.
No, wait, Kelly. She wasn't in the IT. She was in the. What was the name of that thing at Sprint where they Kelly?
She was in like
Kelly
workforce
Wayne
management.
Wainwright. You were like pharmacist or something.
There was
Yeah.
a Kelly that was tech support.
The
there.
guy Kelly.
Guy
That's what I
Kelly.
thought you were talking
Yeah,
about.
me too.
I was trying to put it on to one of our listeners.
Okay, yeah,
Kelly
yeah.
Whitaker.
I think Kelly Whitaker was like in. What was that?
It was like
called?
workforce.
Was it
It
workforce
was
management?
whatever the version of workforce meant. She was kind of like
Okay.
the Lion King, like looking over.
Yes, looking down over,
And
Like
she
a
was
pharmacist.
up
and
on
she was
Pride
like
Rock,
controlling.
looking down. Yeah.
Okay.
She was like air traffic
But I
control.
am right. It was a nerd job, just like IT.
Absolutely a nerd job.
There we go. There you go. So what? Now what do we got?
For whatever it's worth, Jane's saying we're not coming across on the app or on YouTube. It just keeps saying network failed.
Nadia and Ov both said they can see us.
On which one?
I think on YouTube.
Okay.
Because I think we got going.
But Ov did say we sound weird.
Yeah, but that's normal, isn't it?
True.
It's what we do.
So anyway, trying to get everything back together for you guys. The good news is that you can listen to this as a podcast.
Well, we probably need to explain what's happening. These difficulties is from the influx of TikTok users that have rushed onto our network and it's making things wonky.
Yeah. We'll get there.
It's interesting because I think something's going on because what we've seen since the election, we've seen Elon Musk and Zuckerberg, and then the TikTok guy, and then me go meet with Trump about our big online media stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Sure.
And hail Trump, hail forever Trump. He'll fix all of our stuff if we just do a plea.
Yeah, it's true. As long as we placate him and really stroke his ego.
Yeah. So anyway, us big app moguls. It's an oligarchy.
So again,
basically.
it was Musk,
Yeah.
Zuckerberg.
Right.
I like call it
I like
Zuckerberg.
that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Zuckerberg,
Yeah. TikTok guy.
the TikTok guy, and you,
Yeah, and obviously,
the big.
just so you guys know, that's not obviously not in order of
Right.
importance.
Well, of course not.
Yeah.
I
Or
just,
body
I'm,
weight.
I'm humble.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Okay.
I didn't think you heard that.
Oh, I did. He's still whining after the whole new year. So anyway, we have coming up a weekly news quiz, pop culture update, incredible special feature, and much, much more. But first, let's see what's going on. And I'm going to be listening because I'm very intent on what you guys do. But if it looks like I'm fiddling around with stuff to try to fix what's going on, that's what I'm doing.
Gotcha.
So, Chris?
Yeah.
Oh, here, bad news, everybody.
Oh, no.
Texter's not with us today.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah.
He's starting off the new year at church. What a sucker.
Yeah. So that's sad, and we miss him, and he'll miss the big special feature. But we're going to have to carry on without him.
All right.
So, Chris, tell us what's been going on since the last time we saw you.
This is tough because I'm trying to think. It's been a minute. I don't know what all to tell, but I think it was before New Year's the last time we were all on the podcast together. So I guess I'll start New Year's Eve. Went out to say goodbye to 2024. Hello to 2025, and had a nice time with the Lavotas and the McAtees. And we went out to dinner and then went to a couple places in downtown Lee Summit, which has kind of become our go-to spot the last couple of years for ringing in the new year.
It was a nice time.
It was a nice time. We made the mistake, and I think a lot of listeners have probably made this
Of
mistake.
going with me.
No. Well, yeah, a lot of listeners have probably made that mistake, too.
ouch.
I'm actually talking about a different mistake, and it was the, hey, we've rung in the new year, but let's go to one more place.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we ended up going to the VFW, of course,
Oh, that was fun. I forgot about the story.
Yeah.
in downtown Lee Summit. And there was a drunk couple at the bar, and the woman could not even keep her head up. And the man was being a jerk to her. So Jane decided to tell him to leave her alone. And then...
Oh, so they were a couple. They were together.
Yeah, they were together.
And the guy couldn't.
The woman couldn't keep her head up. She was so drunk. And he was being mean to her. He was like grabbing her shoulder and almost grabbing her neck and telling her she's an embarrassment.
Oh.
Yeah. So basically Jane told him, hey, why don't you knock it off and go home? And then he told Jane to mind her business, and he touched Paul. And then Paul got
Oh
up
no!
and let the guy know that you don't touch me.
Why did he touch you?
He's an asshole.
Okay.
He was a drunk asshole.
Yeah, he was very drunk.
I mean, do you like push him or?
No,
It wasn't a push.
too much of a touch, though.
Yeah.
It was a bad touch. Can you hand me that doll over there?
So then Paul's up. Sudden, this other guy at the bar comes over and grabs the asshole guy and puts him in a chokehold from behind.
Well, that guy was like the bartender's family member, I think.
So they were calling the bartender Grandma.
Yeah.
I know that.
Grandma?
Yeah, she was a very elderly lady.
Was she giving out warm beer?
I think she was kind of young for the VFW, though.
Yes. So then they're on the floor, like wrestling around and
No.
stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, tables overturned.
Yeah. So then we're like, you know what? This is probably a good time to go home. So we left and went home.
Jack, I felt like a real puss.
Why?
Wuss, I should say. Sorry, ladies. Because I didn't fight the guy.
Dude,
And he was being really bad and everything. I should have pushed him. And
You're
I should
56
have took
years
hold of him
old.
myself.
No.
But no, here's the thing. Even if I would have got hurt, I'm in jail.
Yeah.
This isn't the old days where you go in a bar and you fight and then they say, break it up, guys, have a beer together.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen that way.
Well, that's why you were the man in the situation.
Yeah,
The real man.
I think so. I mean,
So don't feel bad. Don't feel like a wuss.
well,
You made the right decision.
my dad's deceased, so he's not.
Looking down.
Yeah, he's looking up saying.
Oh, sorry. Wrong direction. Sorry.
He's looking up saying, "What have you?"
What have you become?
Yeah. This is no son of mine.
Yeah, that's right.
So anyway, but it was overall a nice night. Other than
But
that,
can I use it? Just that whole story it's a perfect example of all the young people. They want to talk about their environment. I was born in an environment too, and so I'm having mixed signals of how I should have handled that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I handled it okay, but it's not the way I was raised to handle it.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's stupid.
yeah,
It's probably good I didn't get in a fight, but I felt like
it is.
you're supposed to get in a fight.
You
If
get in a
someone's pushing
fight,
you,
then
you're
you're
supposed to-
recorded. You're on air. Yeah.
We can't have a podcast.
Yeah.
It's like,
And then all technical difficulties will happen. Oh wait.
Yes.
then it would end up being a bad show.
Mm-hmm.
As a person now.
Okay, you guys have let me see the light. Back to you, Chris.
So then, gosh, what's been going on since then? Man, not a lot. Just started the year out, went back to work. We're deep in the performance review season, which is my least favorite season as a manager. I hate doing people's performance reviews.
Do you make them do them themselves?
Well, that's how we do it. You got to write it yourself, then you give it to your manager, and then your manager has to write up and give you your rating and stuff, and you know.
Is that, as a person in leadership, is that really a cop out?
Having people write it themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
It's-
I mean, it's like, I don't want to sit here and fucking go over everything you did. You tell me what
Yeah.
you did, and then I'll decide if it was good enough or not.
yeah. I think I wish if I were industrious and ambitious enough to have my own company, I don't think I would do it that way where there's an annual thing. I think I would have a little more structure around how you do your weekly or bi-weekly one-on-ones, and it would be performance management throughout the year so you don't have to do a big thing at the end of the year. But that's me.
That just makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I learned when I worked at a big corporation that because I got ones and I got to go to the President's Club and all this
oh
stuff,
boy, here we go.
that you put a bunch of stuff on there that they'll never read.
Oh, a lot of words.
A lot of words. And one time I had an employee did that.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. And then also you link them back to the company goals.
Yeah, the pillars.
So I had an employee give me their performance review, and it was maybe 100 pages long.
Yeah.
And there was phrases like improved stockholder value by attending weekly update meeting.
Yeah. It was a QA
It was
meeting.
awesome.
Yeah.
Then somebody caught it.
Yeah.
And I got in trouble, and I think this other person got in trouble too.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I got a call from the boss's boss
Oh.
going, okay, I'm going to read you something, okay? Okay. Increase shareholder value by attending quality assurance meeting weekly. Did you really fucking write that? Well, yeah, well, guess what? It made it into my performance review, and my boss saw it, and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Now, to be fair, this particular grand boss of mine, just had her assistant throw together her performance review from the performance reviews of all of us that rolled up to her.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, I go back to the cop out. It's like, that's what you get.
Yeah, yeah.
But I feel kind of a part of that story. Is that fair?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Definitely fair.
good.
Yeah. And it was, no joke, a 25-page performance review that I wrote.
Were you trying to be a dick? Were you trying to make a mockery of the whole thing?
Well, I was following the advice of someone I knew that had gotten ones and gone to President's Club, who said, put as much stuff as you can in there so they won't even read it all. So I did.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
So back getting that stuff done. Went to dinner with Molly this week. That was nice. We went out to Cheesecake Factory.
Let me go back. How'd you handle the blizzard?
Oh, the blizzard that came? I mean, I work from home, so it's no big woo.
I got stuck like 3 times.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, in my own either driveway or street.
Yeah. Here's a question for you. During the blizzard, we had some people knock on the door. Hey, do you want us to shovel your drive? Mm-hmm. Sure. How much? Just pay us whatever you think it's worth. All right?
Yeah.
So Jane's the one that has cash in our family because
it's on her.
She's a stylist. And I'm like, hey, do you have cash to pay these people? And she's like, yeah, I can do that. I thought for our driveway, I don't know, maybe $50 would be fair.
That's what I would say too.
Okay, that's what you would say.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that 150 is overly generous?
Yes.
What I would say is, what the fuck is your address? So I can get my black ass over there with a shovel.
Yeah, Jane is a very generous person. And I'm like, that's too much. She's like, no, it is so cold and it's so heavy. That's fair. And I'm like, okay, well, it's your cash, I guess. But
have they come back?
So when it snowed like 2 days later, first thing in the morning, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong.
Sure.
Yeah. Hey, we're back if you want us. And that day, Jane was gone.
Oh boy.
And I'm like, you know what? I think we're good. We're not going to shovel it this time. She was very disappointed.
Did they do a good job?
They did a good job. Yes.
This poor fellow helped me. By the time he got there, there's, 2 inches of ice underneath.
Yeah.
So he got the top stuff off, but there's nothing you can do.
I even text our neighbor. They had done our neighbor's driveway before, and I'm like, hey, Junior, what'd you pay these folks? And he said, I paid them $75 because they did my back patio as well. He goes, but if it was just the driveway, I would have paid $40. I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
I was thinking more along the lines of 40.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to do this now, but I have to.
Cue it, Donnie.
And now it's time for Graham's Chump of the Week.
Oh, no. God, please don't do it.
This is my opinion. This is not the opinion of Chris Whiting because he's got a lot of friends. I think City of Independence didn't do a very good job this time.
Oh, really?
When the Nolan Road is still, took forever. I don't even know if it ever got cleared. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think it just got cleared because of the road. And then you go on 23rd Street, which is a MoDOT. It was clear. I think they came to my house a week later, maybe a week and a half later.
See, you have got to have a city council person live on your street.
I was going to bring that up too. Yeah. I have a mayor that lives in my area.
Not on your street, though.
But his street was just as bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. It is funny. When I was on council, when it would snow, our street would always get it right away. I got off council, and it could just be a coincidence, but
I think
it would rarely get touched. Then my neighbor up the street got on town council.
Yeah.
And we got the blizzard, and it got, we got it 2 or 3 times.
Well, the other problem was that they had a news story on Fox 4, I think, something like that, about their new system that it sensors in there and tells you which streets need to be shoveled and like right before the blizzard. And we're the only city around that does this. And I'm like, ugh. Even at the time, I'm like, ooh, this is not good. This is not how you do it.
Yeah.
And I think they messed up. I don't think they did a very good job. I hate saying that, but it's fun to say.
Why is it fun?
I know everyone works hard and stuff, but here's what I'm saying. Here's what I want the City of Independence. The city manager, the mayor, council go, yeah, that was rough. We were not prepared as we should have been, and next time we're gonna try to hit these areas better. You know?
Yeah.
But what we won't hear that.
Yeah.
They worked hard and they did this and everyone was happy with it. Like Independent School District.
Cue it, Donnie.
And now it's time for more Graham's Chump of the Week.
Oh, no. Oh, God, please don't do it.
Independent School District a year and a half ago started 4-day school.
Right.
everyone, it just really messes up everyone's schedule if you got little kids. Then this year just recently they got reports back from the Missouri Department of Education that their scores have gone up.
Oh, wow.
So there's the superintendent. Well, we've done everything the same except for the 4-day. So the 4-day thing is really working out great for everyone.
Wow.
I mean, it's like all justification of what you did that people don't like that you did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm deep into, and we are never going to see this in the next 4 years from our federal government. Just say, if there's fires in California, maybe we should have been more prepared. We didn't know this was going to happen. We're going to look and see what happened and then be better next time. That's what I want out of my government. Okay, and we won't get that for at least 4 years.
Oh, you will not get that at all. No, there's no room for contemplation. There's only room for lavish praise, and the people in charge have done everything absolutely right.
Yeah. Okay, so sorry to derail you on
That's
the
okay.
Blizzard.
Yeah.
But you had dinner with Molly.
Had dinner with Molly, celebrating they accepted a new position and are going to work for Barkley Advertising. So moving from MMGY to Barkley.
Do you think she'll be able to meet Shaq or anything?
Oh no, this is Gnarls Barkley, not Charles Barkley.
Okay. CeeLo. CeeLo
Yeah.
has a place.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
So
I'm so stupid.
yeah. So that was fun.
I feel like an idiot.
To celebrate, and Molly was so excited because they're like, "Hey, can I get my cheesecake while we're waiting to sit down?" I'm like, "You want cheesecake here in the lobby while we're waiting?" But then I found out the method to the madness because it was. But then I also want one for dessert when we're done eating. So it was double cheesecake day for Molly.
Wow.
Really
Yeah.
pisses me off.
Yeah. Yeah. You're welcome.
Sorry, Molly.
And now it's time for Mort Grimm's Chum of the Week. Oh, no.
Okay, so little
God,
Molly
please
gets to
don't
do
do
that.
it.
Everyone thinks it's adorable and cute.
Mm-hmm.
Big old Paul. when I order 5 cheesecakes before, during, and after the meal, people say it's a problem. That's unfair.
Yeah. It's not fair.
No,
Yeah. It's almost body shaming.
it is body shaming.
Yeah. So.
And Molly has decided a they them pronoun.
Mhm.
She's they aren't big enough for that. I am.
That's
So unfair.
I can't argue that. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks,
So,
Molly. You're the chump of the week.
Oh no, poor Molly.
Yeah. So Molly's, and then Abby just started a new job last Monday. So just 1 week in, and then heading to sales training for 3 weeks in a row. Oklahoma City, then Dallas, then back to Oklahoma City. So lots of people in my family moving on up, just not me.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
There you go.
Boogie, what have you
Sorry. One more thing. Huge shout out to Jane. By the way, she texted and said, our driveway is large. It is. I don't know if it's 150 large.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
No, you know what, Jane? You're not the chump of the week. I don't know. We don't have a backward thing.
Yeah.
If generosity is your biggest flaw, then I think you're doing pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then she made pasta for the first time, homemade pasta Friday. And I helped.
I guess it's a lot easier than I thought it was.
Yeah. I mean, the actual making,
'Cause I had a
there's
friend
not a
tell me
lot
about
to it. But yeah. So, and she made a tomato sauce and an Alfredo sauce, and we mixed them together. And ooh,
My wife did that
boy,
last
was
week.
that
It was
good?
awesome.
Yeah.
You like the
Yummy.
mix, the red and the
I
red
do.
and the white mix?
Do you like it?
I love it.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff.
I don't come across a lot of people that like it.
Oh, really? Yeah, I love it.
So, can you taste the
I'm gonna try
difference with
It-
the pasta?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
And it's linguine you make, right?
Yeah, we just kind of made a wide, flat, I guess, kind of a linguine noodle. Probably it was even
A little bigger.
bigger. Yeah, I think when we do it again, we'll probably cut them smaller and make them a little thinner. But it was, very tasty.
I got a buddy who I spent way too much time with last week. He uses the KitchenAid. There's a KitchenAid adapter you put it on.
Yeah, we've
That
got
looks pretty cool.
We've got a Cuisinart mixer thing, and you can buy a pasta adapter, which we may look into that.
Okay.
Yeah. So there you go.
Get that groove,
Boogie, what's going on with you? We're glad you're here.
Thanks, man. I'm happy to be here.
I haven't seen you since last year.
I know we haven't seen each other.
It's been a hot minute.
Such a long time.
Yeah.
Did we want to go over that? Why weren't we here? We weren't here.
It's 2 weeks.
Oh, because the storm, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah,
one
right.
was you were away, and one was the storm.
Well, so the storm was a blizzard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
The
bad.
storm was a blizzard. And then last week I was out of town.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So
All right, so we're back.
yeah.
So New Year's, bless her heart. I think I'm rubbing off on a little too much.
Uh-oh.
She's the social one.
Yeah.
She's the one that keeps us loose and in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
So we had 2 invites for New Year's Eve, and we were kind of going to plan to go to both,
Uh-huh.
but we went to the first one, and then we kind of used the second one as an excuse to leave the first one
Oh.
and just went home,
Oh.
which I thought was awesome.
That's very clever.
Yeah. That's a very boogie move.
It was very boogie.
But
Boogie.
that's an advanced boogie.
Yeah, that was level 2 bug.
That's nice.
So, but yeah, it was fun. You know, we went out and some friends were having some friends were having a big like house party, and it was adults upstairs and kids downstairs.
Nice. Go on.
Dude, the amount of allowed drinking with these kids was just insane.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I mean, they
crazy, isn't
they
it?
were literally walking in with backpacks, and one of the parents is like, "That person's not an athlete. Like, why do all the kids have backpacks?" And one of the other parents go, "Why do you think?" And one kid walked past us, and like you could literally hear bottles jangling together and shit slushing around in their backpack.
Oh
and
my
it was
So
crazy.
you're still in this mode,
Uh,
at least until the end of at least until college, at least. What do you do? What do you do? I mean, do you let your kids have a little pop? Do you turn the other way? What I mean,
No, we don't. Are we dumb enough to think that they don't or they haven't? No. But I think our kids still at the very least respect us enough to not do it in front of our face.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I kind of teeter that line on, you know, I know you're probably going to do it, so I'm going to let you do it under my roof because I know you're safe. Dude, at this party, there were kids literally stumbling.
Oh,
like
gosh.
they could. There's no way they could drive.
I think you're on an important point. That I did with my kids, and I learned from my parents. I had enough respect for them to lie. You know?
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
And-
exactly. It's like don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then there's this one story where this kid ratted on one of my kids and was like, "Hey, you know this person I saw him at a party and they were drinking." I go, "What?" And they go, "Yeah, they were drinking." So I didn't say anything about it, and then like 2 weeks later I brought it up to the kid that was, and they were like, "Yeah, I did. I just had it in a cup and I tasted it. I actually didn't like it. So I was just doing it to be cool, holding the cup."
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
But they were honest about it.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't know.
It's weird because you do want them to be honest.
You do want them to be honest.
know?
And honestly, I can't even remember why I brought it up, but there was an appropriate reason for me to bring it up because I wasn't going to bring it up at all. Because I'm like, you know what? They made their way through it. They got through it. I know that there were times where they were in a situation where a lot of people were drinking around them and they bolted. And you know what I mean? So it's like...
We had a situation when my nephew, and I don't want to say which one it was, but it was just so you get a sense. It was, I don't want to say the name.
Sure.
A twin brother's son.
Okay.
I don't want to say who it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's fair.
Only son, by the way. Visit college. It was like a college weekend. So myself, my wife, my other brother and his wife go down and visit him on a Friday night because it's the whole weekend. We go into his house, and it's a college house, okay? You know how I mean, it's disgusting in the first place.
Yes.
But he's got bongs everywhere.
Oh.
And I'm like, dude, your dad's coming tomorrow.
Yeah.
Put your bongs away. Man, he knows that we do this stuff. It's not a big deal. I go, put your bongs away when your father comes down.
Yeah.
You telling me he doesn't know? He knows everything that you do. Okay? Put your bongs away
Yeah.
when your father comes into the place. Just do that nice.
Yep.
So it's a similar thing.
Yeah.
This is the same guy, which you guys don't even know who it is.
Well, you didn't say who it was, so how could we?
We go right. We go through the Catholic confirmation, which we've made all our kids go through, even though we're not Catholic. He picked the holiest person he knew to be his sponsor. That was me.
Wow.
Yeah,
Needs to widen his circle, I think.
totally.
Yes.
And they said, "Now you can tell your sponsor anything.
Oh.
Make sure you can tell your sponsor anything, and they won't tell your parents." So we get in the car and go, "Dude, you know I'm going to tell your dad something. You know, I mean, if you're in trouble, I'm always going to tell your dad. Don't play this.
Yeah.
You know,
That's why you're a good sponsor.
I'm on drugs, but don't tell dad.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Sponsor kid confidentiality.
Right? Not with the twin brother. But I also don't want to say who it is.
No, it's
Sure.
fair.
Of course
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
Okay, so you were drinking with
So I was drinking with a bunch of kids underage.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Go on.
No, just the last point on that thing, and you know, it's like I get it, you're being the cool house or whatever, but man, can you imagine if one of those kids would have left
No.
and got into a bad accident,
Or even got sick there.
oh man, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was that. Yeah. So I think we were home and in bed eating like frozen pizza by 9:30 or 10.
That's so funny.
Wow.
It was awesome. Maybe a little
sounds
later.
delicious.
Yeah. And they were like, "Oh no, stay." It's like, no, we got to go to this other thing.
Yeah, we got a whole nother thing to
Yeah,
go
it's
to.
a thing.
It's in our bed with
Yeah.
a frozen pizza.
Yep. So that was New Year's. Went back to work, whatever. Got caught up in the blizzard. I think I may have got COVID again.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Did
it
you
was
test
horrible.
yourself?
Before
I
you
did.
wreck yourself?
I think what? Tickety test yourself.
It is funny how nowadays, I forget how long ago it was. I don't feel good. I'm at home for the next 3 days. I don't even need to test myself.
Yeah.
probably
Yeah,
have it.
I don't think I did.
Is that
I
what
can't
you
remember
did?
if I did or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It
but
just won't go anywhere.
the reason like I know the difference between when I get COVID and like a real bad flu or cold is because I tank like within 2 hours. I go from feeling perfectly fine to just feeling miserable quickly. So anyway, that was fun.
That sounds fun.
We had two of the most horrible eating out experiences ever.
Ooh.
Are you talking restaurants or we?
No.
Oh.
Yes. Oh my God.
Wow. Okay. Are you going to tell us where it is?
Yes.
Okay.
The first one was Pizza Hut.
Hold on.
Jump of the week.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, God, please don't do it.
Dude.
So Pizza Hut was your chump of the week.
It was absolutely abysmal. Like
Did you order it or were you at a restaurant?
No, we ordered it. Sorry.
Okay,
We ordered
okay.
it. We ordered it and I went and picked it up and this was the other part that sucked. They had a deal going on for $7 for $7 for a medium.
That's how they get you.
So we got
That's how they
two.
get you.
We got two. And then it's like, oh, that's only $14. We can go ahead and throw some wings in there.
Heck yeah.
Somehow $14 pizzas for two of them for $7 a piece ended up $40. And I'm like, what? How did this happen?
How many wings did you get?
It wasn't a lot.
Wow.
Anyway, get home, open up the box. It was the ugliest, dreadfulest pizza ever.
Okay.
Done with pizza.
Where else was it?
Cue it, Donnie.
And now it's time for Mort Grimm's Jump of the Week.
Oh, no. God,
This next
please
one,
don't do it.
we're so I think I told you guys before the show I had set up with like, hey, this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, big football weekends. Like I'm out, so let's
Monday night too, but
Monday too. So let's go on a date Friday. So we're like, all right, cool. So we were excited. We're going out to dinner. Went to a movie.
Oh.
So we try to go to this other place that competes with Janet's Noodle Emporium. It's another Thai place.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Hot basil?
Sure.
Okay.
It's just packed. I don't know why everybody was out Friday. So we end up going to Sunset Grill in Overland Park.
I've been there, like 135th-ish. And
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, dude, it was horrible.
Really? Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Please don't do it.
Don't do it. We order this artichoke dip, and it looks like sour cream and cottage cheese for some reason.
Oh.
And they try to spice it up with some jalapeno. It was just chunky and
At
just...
a Thai place?
No, we couldn't make it into the Thai place. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, you're at Sunset
So we ended up
Grill.
Sunset Grill.
Yeah,
so that was horrible. Then
Down at the Sunset Grill.
it was horrible. Then we tried to
Don
get...
Henley owns that place.
We had this little waitress, God bless her. She looked like she was, I don't know, knocking on 90. And her...
Probably just got off the VFW.
She probably did. Miss Tizzy.
I was going to say
That was her name?
Yeah.
Did anyone call her Grandma?
Tizzy was doing her best, man.
Tizzy.
And so we ordered this pasta, and it's just horrible. Somehow we ended up with an $80 bill for this disgusting pasta.
Gosh.
And so the little lady keeps coming back, and she's like, "You want a to-go?" First off, I hadn't eaten all day.
Mm-hmm.
Look at me, you know I'm fat. So I'm like, I'm gonna save up all my hunger because I don't want to eat popcorn at the movie, because if I eat popcorn, I'm gonna want soda.
Right.
I'll cut out soda for January. So I'm like, I'll fill up on dinner, then I won't want a snack. So I'm starving, and I didn't even eat half of it.
Oh, wow.
That's how bad it was.
Whoa, that's a terrible review. You didn't eat.
That Fat Jack didn't
Didn't eat all of it.
And so this lady's like, "You want a doggy bag? You want it to go?" No, I'm good. And dude, she came back like she was so proud of that dish. Like, you have to want it to go back. Like, you're not just going to abandon that. I'm like, yeah, that shit was disgusting.
Wow.
Did you tell them, like, I didn't care for it?
No, so we're sitting there. So Of and I are sitting there, and we're laughing, and we're like, "Oh, it's disgusting." And so we're sitting like right by where they come out of the door.
Uh-huh.
So Whitney is literally going, "God, this was so disgusting." And Tizzy comes out. She goes, "How was it?" Whitney goes, "It's disgusting." "Oh, it's great."
That's funny. She's a great actress.
So she
Whitney
is. So we were trying not to make the little lady feel bad.
Yeah.
I mean, she didn't cook it, but
Yeah.
it was horrible. So anyway, that was that.
Did you get popcorn then at the movie?
We did end up getting.
Yeah, of course you had to.
I didn't break down and get soda though. I'm still proud of
Wow,
that.
good
Holding
for
strong.
you.
That's good.
Holding strong.
That's the
with
hardest
drink.
thing I ever did. Is
And
soda.
to be
Yeah.
clear, you're doing no alcohol and no soda?
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah. So far, so good.
Good for you.
Mm-hmm. Other than that, dude, I mean, nothing really interesting.
But you both have done dry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Chris and I.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Of broke a long time ago.
I broke yesterday, but it was not that big a deal.
So I've watched so much football in January, all the college playoff games, all the NFL. I've grilled 3 times. Nothing.
That's great.
Has it been hard for you?
It's been way easier than I thought. One of the times that I grilled, I wanted a beer so bad. Didn't do it. And then we went out with some good friends, Don and Shannon, and met them out for dinner one night at a Mexican restaurant. And they're just walking by with these huge fucking margaritas.
Yep.
I wanted one so bad, but didn't do it.
Now I had. It could have been a lot worse for me because the trip I went on was with a guy who never drinks, so that was easy.
Oh,
And then I was going to go to the event I did not want to go to, but my alcoholic friend, he was going to go. We didn't know we were going to go, but then we decided not to go because I'm thinking if I was with my alcoholic friend, this guy's a fucking alcoholic. I won't say who it is.
yeah.
Okay, I would have broke him. He would have broke me.
It'd have been bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was talking to this friend who I don't want to say who it was, but I'm sure it's happened. We've been friends for a long time. I'm sure it's happened where we're like, "Hey man, let's go out. Yeah, get drunk." But usually it's, "Let's go have a drink." And then, "You want to know what other one?" Yeah.
Yeah,
You want
so
another one?
it's
Yeah.
just-
Because I don't ever remember saying no to this man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I don't know who he is.
you know what? That's a good friend.
Yeah. He sounds handsome and like he has a big one.
He does.
What? I think I remember.
I don't want to say his.
I think I remember meeting you out with this friend, which ironically was how I ended up on this show. We all kind of. I don't even remember who sent the first text. We all kind of hooked back up, and we met at Ugly Joe's. And I remember that night going very similarly.
Yeah,
they're just like, "Hey, let's just meet up. We haven't seen each other in a while.
Have a drink, and
then
maybe...
let's just we'll have one beer."
Yeah.
Next thing you know, Tito's and tonics were flying everywhere.
You know what?
I think we got kicked out.
I don't want to say who those two friends. That night I was with two friends. I don't want to say who they are. I love those guys.
Yeah.
It's always the funnest thing.
It's a slow burn with those
guys. It's always the funnest
guys.
thing when you're just having so much fun. You just, of course we have another one. We're having fun.
Yeah. Next thing you know, you're right across the street from the bridge and history's made.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, God, I love these guys. So
I will say, I did this last year, and it was hard. This year has not been hard for me.
To go along with that, after last year's, the whole 2024, I'd say my consumption was cut at least in half.
Nice.
And so rolling into this January made it much easier. So I'm hoping that for 2025, it's going to cut again.
If that's true, that hurt the economy, which hurt the Democrats' chance to win again.
Yeah.
Can I tell you guys, I had a realization yesterday. So we were home. We went grocery shopping, then we were home. I watched the Chiefs game, had a great time. Then the other game starts. I know we're just going to be at home, and I'm kind of bored. And that boredom had me going, I really would like something to drink.
Yep.
That, I'm like, okay, boredom probably isn't a good reason to drink. It's good I'm realizing that's one of my triggers is getting bored.
Just sitting there at home.
Yeah.
You got a full bar in the basement. It's like, I mean, why not?
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
yeah,
But I didn't.
Good for you.
Had some kombucha, you know.
Nice.
Ugh.
You don't like that?
It's like fermented flavored cat piss.
Oh, I love it so much. Yeah.
Okay, so let me run through this real quick. Chris is the food guy. I'm the TV and movie guy.
Yeah.
So we went out Friday, went and saw the new Wolfman.
Oh, yeah, with Ruth from Ozark.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've never seen Ozark, but I understand that's what she's from.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good.
Okay.
And you would imagine, like, how many times can they reimagine the Wolfman? But they did a decent job at it.
About fuck.
What?
That's where.
Give a fucking rat's ass.
Is that her?
That's her.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like go fuck yourself.
Whoa. She's got a colorful vocabulary.
Let me say this as respectfully
I love
as
this
I
one.
possibly can. Would you please kindly fuck yourself and leave me alone? Thank you.
Okay.
Polite.
She is polite. Okay.
So you would recommend it?
I would. I mean, if
Okay.
you're into that genre, yes.
I am.
A couple of really good series that we did we talk about Juror number 2 last time
Oh,
with Nicholas Hoult?
I think we mentioned it.
It's really good.
Yes.
Okay. So
yeah,
I think
Jane
we
and I
may have talked
watched
about
it
that
too.
one.
Yeah.
2 really good series was No Good Deed with Ray Romano and
okay.
and what's her head from Friends?
I saw
Yeah.
a couple of those.
Lisa Kudrow. Yeah. Did you like it?
No, really.
No, it's good, man.
No, it's too many characters. Wasn't funny
They
enough.
do have so I think that is the one thing. It's like, and I get the whole term dramedy, but yeah, I feel like they were too much one or the other at times.
And you
It's
know,
like, which one are you?
I think that's just kind of how things are nowadays.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Paul needs to get used to it. No,
You don't want the industry to change for you?
no, I don't think the industry would make sense if they just stayed with a 3-camera sitcom with 4 characters.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
That's what you love.
That's what I love so very much.
Another one is The Jackal. Oh, it's really good with
I haven't even heard of that.
Eddie
Kennison?
Headman.
Oh,
Redmayne?
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
Griffin?
No. Check out The Jackal. It's really
Okay.
good. That's it. I'm done.
All right.
I got nothing else.
But let me throw in a series that we just finished that I loved. And the first season, I was like, it's okay. And then the second season was really good. Is Shrinking on Apple Plus with Jason Segel, Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
I gotta get caught up with that one because I liked what I did watch.
The second season's really good.
Okay.
It has One of the characters is a guy from Ted Lasso. He was kind of the surly, older soccer player, dark hair, beard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Let's see if the texter will know.
Keely's boyfriend.
Oh, he's not
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Dexter's favorite show is Ted Lasso, and he's not even here.
And then it's got
I miss him so very much.
the cute girl from the Drew Carey show way back in the day.
Yeah, well, she's married to Bill Lawrence, who does Shrinking, Ted Lasso,
Oh, she is.
Scrubs,
Okay.
Spin City.
The one that wore the makeup on the Drew Carey show.
No, not Mimi. I
Oh,
can't remember the other one.
Well, you said cute.
Yeah, and she, in the show, she is married to the guy that was the quarterback for the Adams in Revenge of the
Yeah,
Nerds.
he's
and then
hilarious in that show.
He lived next door to Ted Bundy in Married with Children.
Yeah,
Ted
Oh, I know you're talking about.
McGinley.
Yeah, yeah,
he's,
yeah.
he's hilarious in that show.
He's great. He's great. Yeah. So I would recommend that. And I have one episode to go in a Netflix show I've really gotten into called The Madness. So
Can I take that and write into my stuff?
sure.
Because one thing I did over the time was I revisited my. So I have the book Your Elected Officials,
Right.
and then I wrote a pilot,
Yeah.
and then I put it in, and so my dream would be Bill Lawrence would take that because he has that sensibility,
Yeah.
you know. But
Yeah.
I think, and I put it in the AI program that a friend told me about, and they did a podcast about that. Didn't you guys hear it? And then I put in my book, and then I put in this podcast, and they did a podcast about this podcast.
I did hear that.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Oh, I didn't send you the book stuff,
I haven't heard the book one. No.
but I mean, isn't it crazy what AI can do?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nuts, man.
So I don't know if I should. Maybe I put that on the stream sometime or
Yeah.
in the feed of the podcast stuff.
You should do that.
The podcast of the podcast.
Yeah,
The AI
I
podcast
should.
of
You know,
the
here's
real
what I should do
podcast.
is every time we do a podcast,
It's so meta.
and then like on Wednesday, the review of the podcast with this AI.
I think you should do
I like
that.
it.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Fun every time.
Do it.
Okay, I'll do that. But there's a lot of crazy AI, and I guess I need to get into this because like everyone heard the new song today, and I spent thousands of dollars on musicians,
Yes.
a lyricist,
Sure.
vocalist, and maybe I should try to find out more AI. But I thought that was a lot of fun. Speaking of the book, I do want to mention this: Jimmy Carter died.
Yeah.
Yep.
And here is, I have a part in the book about Jimmy Carter. I'm going to play it. It's like 2 minutes long. Okay.
Sure.
As opposed to retelling the story. This you can buy
The
this.
Servant. In 1976, my father was an elected official and incredibly involved with local politics. As the primary process began, Dad decided he was going to support Jimmy Carter for president. Even though Carter was a little-known governor of Georgia at the time, my dad became the first state delegate for Carter in the state. I was 8 years old at the time and extremely excited because I saw my own dad help us get a new president. I decided to go to my third grade teacher to ask if we could have a mock election in class to see who the kids wanted for president. I remember telling her that we really needed a voice in the election. Furthermore, I told her that I would like to be Jimmy Carter's campaign manager for my third grade class. She agreed and let another student be President Gerald Ford's campaign manager. We led the campaigns, then the election was on. Sadly, Ford won the vote in Miss Minshaw's class at William Southern Elementary School.
I know.
It was my first of many campaign losses. Yet, Jimmy Carter won the national election, which made it a good election. As a bonus, the day after the general election, the cutest girl in the class told me that she was really glad Jimmy Carter had won.
Oh, nice.
Years later, I
Can't
was
turn it
excited
off.
to run across former President Jimmy Carter. He is a man known for his humility. After he was in office, Carter became involved with Habitat for Humanity, becoming its highest profile proponent in fundraising and actual home building. He still teaches his Sunday school class at his church in Atlanta,
Well, not
Georgia.
anymore.
Yeah, not now.
Carter has devoted his life to service. I was able to attend the 2008 Democratic Convention where I was an Obama superdelegate. On the first night of the convention, I found my seat with the rest of the state delegation. We were placed near the back of the arena in Denver, Colorado. As I was watching the speakers, there was a small hullabaloo a few rows in front of me.
Great writer.
That was when I saw the former president taking his seat with the Georgia delegation as if he was just a regular attendee. This truly symbolizes Carter's character and humility. I made my way down a couple rows and shook President Carter's hand. I did not tell him that I had failed as his campaign manager in my third grade class. He was genuinely nice and not at all disturbed that so many people kept bothering him. Many people said that Carter was not successful since he was a one-term president, but everyone should see the type of service we should aspire to. Jimmy Carter is a great man and a great example for all Americans. I was honored that I was able to shake the hand of my boyhood hero. That's how I met President Jimmy Carter.
So here we are, and just
Great story.
It's a great
by the
story.
way.
What a dichotomy between Jimmy Carter and the guy who's going to be president
Oh
tomorrow.
my gosh, yeah. Can you see him being unassuming at a future Republican convention and just
He would be in the back with the Diddy freakout. You know?
Yes. Yeah.
So anyway, I wanted to mention Jimmy Carter, and he really did teach Sunday school. Now, I do want to mention that Trent Skaggs still teaches Sunday school every Sunday.
Oh, he does.
He can't listen to the podcast.
Oh, because of God.
Yeah. Hey, people who do listen to it had two really good things happen. I mentioned one time on the podcast that I have my collection of Meko superheroes, and they're the Justice League right back there.
Right.
I mentioned I didn't have Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
A listener gave me a Wonder Woman yesterday.
No
way.
Hey, he goes, hey, I got this for you. I
Oh,
go, how in the world did you know I needed that?
that's awesome.
Well, I listened to the podcast, and being a good DC person,
Wow.
he says, the Trinity. I mean, you got to have the Trinity.
You got to have the Trinity.
So I wonder why. I then ordered a box for the box of it will cost more than the thing. But
That is
cool.
awesome.
I also mentioned another friend. He is the lead singer of Jeremiah and the Green Valley Banjo Brigade,
Yep.
and his name's Colin Ridge. And I got a lovely thing from him.
What?
This is a real card letter.
Hi, Paul. The holidays are over, but here's the gift but the gifts keep coming. Please enjoy this Xmas album that I was part of. Thanks for playing my track on the podcast. Also, enjoy my son's drawing of a kaju. I couldn't find any paper, so I took what he had. And then, what's his son's name?
Mason.
Mason drew it.
That is an awesome kaiju.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
sure is. So
Wow.
Well, that was
So
nice.
Colin
And-
sent me Mark Murthas, who sang Wildfire. I think
That's the same dude, right?
of all the different of a Christmas album by Kansas City people, and there's a lot of chock full of stuff you go in there, and of course there's the Grinch.
The
by,
Grinch, yeah.
Yeah.
You're a mean one, Mr.
and,
Grinch.
and we're not gonna play it now. It's not Christmas, but it was really
That
very
is
nice
so
of him
nice.
to do that.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a good dude.
So that was kind of neat that I had people actually listen to the show out of the blue, send me gifts. You're welcome to do that. Anyone?
Oh, anyone could do
Anyone.
that. Okay.
I'll even throw out. You can just send a gift to Chris or Boogie too,
What?
or the texter. Your choice. Hey, I went. So we had New Year's. The blizzard was terrible because I got
Yeah.
caught a couple times
Oh boy.
and
Did you have to get towed out or anything?
pushed.
Did you push it yourself? Or
Yeah,
did
I
it
had
nice?
to dig it myself.
Oh gosh.
Just was terrible, and I've talked about the Independence. But then last week we didn't have a show because I went. Okay, so I have a good friend named Trent Skaggs.
Right.
Trent and I were in the House of Representatives together. When you go to the House of Representatives, you guys know this because you read the book, you're elected official.
Mhm.
But I know you did because you know Hallball.
That's right.
So you're down there from Monday to the Thursday, and then you go home, and you hang out with your buddies.
Yeah.
So me and Trent, we first got our office right next to each other in this thing on the mezzanine, the smallest offices in the Capitol.
Yeah.
So we bonded and became really close friends, and always hung out. And so he has this thing where he has it's somebody he works with a friend. He drives their car out to Palm Springs.
Mm-hmm.
This person stays in Palm Springs for 4 months out of the year and then comes back home.
Oh.
But the guy wants his car there, so Trent drives it out. I think because of good judgment, his wife didn't want to go with him.
Sure.
So we just got on the road and drove to Palm Springs.
Oh, so fun, man.
And it was neat because this person whose car we were taking, the bill was on him. Thanks for taking my car.
Oh, nice.
So we drove. We stayed in Albuquerque the first day, first night. Have you been to Albuquerque?
I have.
New Mexico is really interesting. There's like 3 million people there, and it's a blue state, and the Tex-Mex is out of this fucking world. Why haven't we all moved to New Mexico? I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, they got all that blue meth out there.
Do they?
Yeah.
I'd like to maybe try some of that and be part of that and break a different way.
Don't take a wrong turn at Albuquerque.
Okay, I won't. But I guess there must be a poor state or the climate's hard to live in because it's not very populous.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't think the climate's bad, especially in Albuquerque area. But
so it was neat. And then we drove through. So we went through Kansas, part of Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, went into Arizona, and then spent the night at a little place called the Grand Canyon.
Oh,
that was really neat. We were in a lodge that was an old throwback lodge right on the canyon.
Oh, cool. Had you been out there before?
When I was like 6 or 7 years old.
Okay, yeah.
And we were on the other side of it where there wasn't as lush trees, and so it was. And I'm taking pictures like crazy on my phone. I'm sure I sent a couple to you fellas. You can't capture it.
Yeah,
you can't capture it.
Yeah, you can't capture that beauty.
And it was freezing cold.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I thought it would be, it's Arizona, right?
Yeah.
So then we drove through, we saw a meteor in the middle of Arizona fell.
Oh.
We saw that. Stopped at the Indian gift shop. They call it Indian. I didn't. Okay. But I come rolling in there in my Chiefs gear. Hey, what's going on?
Oh, God.
Shit.
You weren't tomahawk chopping, were you?
Ooh, I thought you were supposed to when you had your Chiefs gear on.
Yeah, you are supposed to.
And we stopped at this place because we wanted a thing called Indian flatbread. Have you ever had it?
I have.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I'd never had it at this point. And we're like, do you have any flatbread? No. Next exit, go behind the gas station, and there's some vendors there.
Ooh.
So we go back there, and we're like, oh, this is sketchy.
Yeah.
And these guys are just cooking it up. We got some. It's so good.
It's probably
It's just
better
fried,
being
it's just
back there.
fried bread.
Yeah.
Well, how can fried dough be
Yeah.
bad?
And man, it was delicious.
Yeah.
Did
you say hi to Nadia and Max while you were in Arizona?
Well, see, I'm really upset because I stayed in Arizona and they didn't come see me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Sure, I was
That's on
at the
them.
Grand
Yeah.
Canyon and they were in Phoenix, but
Still.
They should have known better.
Yeah.
I think so too.
All right. That's on you guys.
Then we drove through, Needles, California. You've been through that? It's a desert, and the roads are just wavy like this, up and down hills. Even though you can see forever, and that was weird.
Tumbleweeds?
Yeah, tumbleweeds.
Okay.
And then Palm Springs. What's great about Palm Springs is, it's really hot during the day and cold at night. It is perfect for the people like our friend that stays there. And this gentleman is known for his tours of the Stars House.
Oh.
And he's been going there for 20 years, every January through May. And his family and friends come and give him the tour. He gives tours of the...
So did you?
I'm like, oh, this is awesome. And Trent is like, well, I've been on it before, so you can go ahead and go, Paul.
Are there a lot of stars that live in Palm Springs?
Well, the Stars house is like Frank Sinatra's first house, his second house, where Tony Curtis lived, where Bing Crosby lived, where Elvis got married.
So all the hip current stars.
No.
No?
No, all historic. Where Sonny Bo. So we went, but I loved it.
Well, yeah, that's right up your alley.
All these old stars.
It's like the cast of a Mad World.
Yes.
Still contend they should remake that.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay, we claim it.
Yeah.
We want a little taste of that. But I loved it. I loved the tour.
That sounds like something you'd be all over.
When a kind of a man in his 70s, Italian guy, walking around town, and this is where Frank Sinatra lived. And then My Italian came out. Oh, then I saw his grave. Saw Sonny Bono's grave.
Wow.
Then we're driving around, and then he goes, "That's the first. Where we're driving by now is the very first Betty Ford Center."
Oh, wow.
And I thought, "Oh, this is all a scheme." Just to,
they're going to do an intervention.
Yeah. But it wasn't. And then we flew back.
Sounds like a great trip.
It was awesome.
So you guys had just a buddy road comedy.
Buddy road comedy.
Yeah, it's
What kind of car
Tommy
was
Boy.
it?
It was like an exhibition, but it was like an Oldsmobile exhibition. Big one.
Exhibition. Oh, the big SUV.
Yeah.
Like the Ford.
So
Ford
it was great.
Gotcha.
It was car was awesome. Everything was wonderful. It was a non-Chiefs weekend.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
So that worked out good. So anyway, that was a lot of
good
fun.
for you guys.
Yeah. And Trent is a guy he's now the leading former Democratic elected official that teaches Sunday school for every week. So go up
He's
there.
taken the mantle from Jimmy C.
I guess he's been doing it for like a long time. I didn't even know he did.
Wow. Okay. What age group does he teach?
Adults.
Okay.
Yeah. So check that out if you're not listening to the podcast. Okay. So the football was great because it wasn't the football time.
Mm-hmm.
But we get back to the Chiefs. I'm not going to play this. Maybe we'll do this some other time. The Chiefs high video. Did you see it? With Pete Holmes.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Pete Holmes and God, what's her name?
I don't think I saw this.
Her name's Pete too. Pete.
Yeah.
There's a repeat, and I guess there's going to be a
what's her name?
three-peat. Her name's Holly.
Holly
Pete.
Robinson Pete. Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh. Yes, I did see that.
And it was terrible.
I liked it. I thought it was cute.
Yeah.
Oh, I hated it.
Anyway, I'm glad the Chiefs won yesterday. How do you think they looked, guys?
Once again, they don't look dominant but they just get it done. It was good to see Travis Kelce go off.
Yes.
Although I will say, watching the guy run now, it kind of looks in slow motion,
Dude,
doesn't it? Like
we were watching the game. It's like two of those long catches. We were like, man, 2 years ago he'd have scored.
Yes, absolutely.
Now he just he looks like he's running in water.
Yeah, it's like how I run in my dreams with the monsters.
It's how I run in real life. But yeah, I'm like,
I was glad to see Chris Jones had a good game too, man.
Oh, and George Karlaftis went
Karlaftis.
off. He's fun to watch.
Yeah, so the offense looked how they looked all year. It's like they don't put up, other than what Kelce did, they weren't putting up huge numbers, but they I forgot who it was, said that the Chiefs this year have been masters at situational football. The game, the numbers aren't massive. They don't have a bunch of running yards or passing yards, but they do the right things at the right time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Offense, that's what the offense. The second half, though, man, that defense.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You know what's sad though, that we've come. My nephew is watching the game and he says, "Too bad Karloff is how do you say his name?
Karlaftis.
Karloftis won't be here next year. We can't afford him." I'm like, dude, look, can we just like enjoy us right now?
Can we get through
He's
this?
He's going to play at least 3 other games.
Yeah.
And I don't know that we'll lose him, but it was interesting watching the Chiefs low scoring overall game. And then you go watch the Commanders and the Lions. It's like boom, boom, boom. It's like Madden.
Yeah. That was nuts.
But I don't know. And it was weird too. Xavier Worthy was the only tight end or the only wide receiver to catch a ball.
That's not weird.
No DeAndre, no Hollywood, no Justin Watson, no
right?
Smith-Schuster.
It's crazy.
Hollywood had almost a huge long completion, and he dropped it.
So they're playing next Sunday?
Next Sunday.
Yes.
Okay, we'll do like a preview show next Sunday or something.
Okay, yeah.
But let's get to the news. We've chatted on way too long. Are you guys?
We've talked for a minute.
How long are you guys gonna? How good are you gonna do on the news quiz?
I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't watched the news.
I'm super. And just we can talk about this for next week, but just tomorrow's gonna be sucky. Okay.
Yeah.
Which former first lady will not not be in attendance at Donald Trump's inauguration?
Melania.
Obama.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's pretty good.
This is pissing me off so much.
Me too, Chris.
Because I'm seeing the pundits on Fox and other places talk about how disrespectful it is for Michelle not to show up and sour grapes. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
It's crazy. Isn't
Not
it?
only was Trump not in attendance at the first president not to be in attendance at his successor's inauguration, but he was also leading an insurrection against the government.
And
that day.
she's the first lady 2 times ago. It's
Yes.
like, who gives a shit?
Yeah. God.
It's really, really.
At this point, I would not be shocked if someone was on Fox News or Newsmax saying that it's a shame that Rosalind Carter won't show up for
Exactly.
just, I mean, the sour grapes,
It's really irritating. And we got
God.
4 years of this. Dude.
yes.
Okay. Before taking office 3 years ago, LA Mayor Karen Bass said she would not travel internationally in a role. She was traveling back from which country when the city fires erupted? I think it's Ghana. Yeah, it is.
Okay, I had no idea.
Oh, I can't believe she went overseas, because everyone knows when there's a fire, the mayor is the first one out there with their shovel and their hose. God damn. What the hell is wrong with people? What is wrong with people?
Did she leave during the fires or before?
No, she was going to some inauguration of the new president of Ghana. It's like a big deal.
Yeah.
She was in Congress for a long time. She was on the International Affairs Committee. She knows these people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is only second question into
God.
the year. Who met with Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago Resort in Florida, making him the first Senate Democrat to do so since the presidential election? Oh, I don't know this.
Fetterman.
Fetterman.
Yeah.
What's his story at?
He's saying, hey, we got to work with these people. I got to listen. I got to talk. And he's getting a lot of hate from the Democratic side.
Fetterman is saying we have to talk.
Saying, I got to work with the other side of the aisle. I got to.
I used to love Fetterman, but not anymore now, I guess.
Yeah.
We know there's no reason to go there and talk to him.
No.
You talk in Washington, you work together.
Yeah.
Situational, do you come up with ways to work together? Yes, but you don't have to go kiss his ass.
It feels like fealty. It feels like bending the knee.
Yes. And that's why he wants you to go there. Okay.
Yeah.
Which advisor Donald Trump is feuding with Elon Musk, calling him a truly evil person and saying Musk should go back to South Africa?
Steve Bannon, I think.
Isn't
Yeah.
this fun? This is a good thing. Steve Bannon, who, say what you want about him, but he hates immigrants.
Wait, what?
He's not just, I hate brown immigrants.
Oh,
he
yeah.
hates all immigrants.
Yeah.
Okay.
Including billionaire white ones.
Yep.
Fair enough. Do you think he's just like a little jealous, a little pissy that Elon is Trump's new toy?
Maybe.
And it's not
Yeah,
him?
but like Leon promotes this, well, we want some other type of immigrants come in,
Mm-hmm.
And the base is like, but I thought we hated all Democrats. And they're
Immigrants,
confused.
yeah.
What did I say?
Democrats.
Oh,
Immigrants.
Well, they say that too.
Yeah.
I thought we hated all immigrants, and they looked to Steve Bannon and they looked to Elon. They don't know what to do.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I do like that the infighting has already started. This is not sustainable. These personalities, it's just not.
It's great, isn't it? Finally, President Joe Biden removed which country from the U.S. list of state-sponsored of terrorism after it had been reinstated to the list during Donald Trump's first presidential term?
I have no idea.
Cuba, I think.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, good job.
Cuba.
Is that 5 for 5?
That's 5 for 5.
Dang.
So my friend Trent, he went to Cuba last year,
Oh.
and he says it's a mess.
Oh, really?
And if you think about what a mess and how poor they are there, it's not because they were communist, folks. It's because they had one guy running the show who you had to kiss his butt all the time.
Yep.
For many years, and that's where we're going. And welcome to America, and it all starts tomorrow.
Yay.
So, will you guys be watching the inauguration?
I don't know.
No.
Yeah, are they going to televise it? It's inside now. All the MAGA supporters bought their tickets to go out and watch it, and now they can't watch it.
Oh, they did. They can't go inside anymore?
They're not allowed inside. No.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's been all over the socials. That
For security reasons?
They're saying it's because it's cold, but it's very, very weird. It's going to be inside. Only elected officials will be able to be in attendance. So all these people spent a shite ton of money to go out and be there, and now they're there and they have nothing for them to do.
What happened to the bomb that Jack Smith was supposed to drop?
It whimpered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It fizzled.
Okay.
Thanks, Merrick Garland.
Mm-hmm.
I went to really cold inauguration. I was for Barack Obama. I mean, I don't want to get into it. It was so cold. We were waiting in line, and we're like, "Screw this!" We went back to the hotel and watched it.
Oh yeah.
So I can't believe it's going to be colder than that.
Well, it's not. It's not going to be the coldest. I did see a guy. Who knows if this is true, but it sounds like it could be. I saw him on. Well, it wasn't TikTok, but it was something else last night. He said, hey, you can go do the research for yourself, but here's what happened. Trump's team found out that none of the hotels in the area are sold out. So they knew it wasn't going to be a big crowd. So Trump cannot stand those optics. So that's why it's being moved inside and only a select few can attend it.
If I had a news outlet like ABC or NBC or something, I would just at 12:01 I'd get on and I'd say, this is the biggest inauguration there. This is how I would say it. I would want someone like, what's the guy that does ABC?
Stephanopoulos?
Sam Donaldson.
No. David Muro.
Oh.
I'd want him to look right at the camera and say, this is the biggest inauguration there ever has been. And then say it was. And then just kind of look at the camera like, and then go, what? It is. Ask Trump. He'll tell you.
Just ask him.
I mean, we live in this new America where every fucking person who voted for him wants us to lie about everything. So let's give them what they want.
Yeah, and to prove it, I've got Sean Spicer here next to me to back me up.
No, I don't need to prove it. Dude, Trump said it.
That's our America now.
Winky wink.
We got so much stuff yet to get to.
Oh, shit.
We're going to have to be quick about it.
All right.
But let's take a quick break and come back. And we'll just get into the special feature and then hit headlines and predictions and leave.
Okay.
Fair enough.
All right. Past week, next week with Chris and Paul starring Boogie introducing the Texter. We'll be right back.
Looking at the past 7 days so you don't have to. You could join in on the experiment by calling or texting us at 913-735-0060.
We've been told that perfect mornings exist for the lucky few. That morning people own the waking hours. But the truth is, mornings belong to all of us. Your mornings are what you make of them. All it takes is saying yes. Starbucks Morning Yes.
Look for Starbucks coffee in a grocery store near you, then sit back and enjoy the exceptional taste of Starbucks at home.
Hi, this is Chickless Goose from Counterclockwise KC. Listen to our program each and every Saturday and Sunday at 7 p.m. right here on KCTK Radio. Personality driven radio.
Hi guys, it's your old friend Paul from KCTK Radio, reminding you again to download the KCTK Radio app. You're listening and you're going, I don't need the app, but you do need the app. Here's why. It's free, okay? You already got Candy Crush, all kinds of jackleg apps on your phone.
It's free.
Yeah, just get it for free. And then if you ever want to participate live sometime, you can put the notification on there. Also, you always can get the podcast on there as soon as they come out. So it's a fun thing to do. I'm asking you, I'm pleading with you, please. You're going to have fun. I've noticed something about you. You need to relax a little bit. You know, you need to kind of chill out.
Get away from TikTok.
Yeah, get away from TikTok for a little bit and listen to the KCTK Radio app. It's free. It will get into your brain and it will never leave you. So join us on the KCTK Radio app and have fun for once in your life. Do it the KCTK podcast way.
I'm excited to tell you about Bronco Blue Cheese Dressing. Blue cheese dressing with a little kick. Bronco Blue is an artisan-made salad dressing dip created in small batches. It is like no other salad dressing you've ever had, and it's made right here in Kansas City. Bronco Blue Cheese Dressing is made by our favorite chef here in Kansas City, Stephanie Broncato. And Stephanie's been making this dressing since she was 10 years old. This is her secret recipe, and one of the only ones she won't share with you because it's that good. Bronco Blue is a small batch, artisan-made blue cheese dressing with only the finest ingredients, with no preservatives. It is like no other blue cheese dressing you've ever had. And you, folks, should try a jar today. You won't regret it. And you can get it by the pint or half pint, your choice. Bronco Blue Cheese Dressing, the official dressing of KCTK Radio. Now, I want you to go right now to www.broncobluecheesedressing.com. Again, it's www.broncobluecheesedressing.com to place your order today. Get Bronco Blue Cheese Dressing with a little kick, and tell them that Bo, the official Bronco of Bronco Blue Cheese Dressing, sent you.
And welcome back to Past Week, Next Week. Chris and Paul. Starring Boogie, introducing the texter, sometimes featuring Brian.
Sometimes.
Brian isn't here, and
Either's texter.
It's kind of sad because it got big news. And these guys, we've been working on this project for a long time. And on the road, I did a very mini podcast.
Yeah, caught that.
Chris, this is the first podcast of ours that you've ever listened to.
Ever.
What'd you think of it?
Yeah. I mean, I think my choices in the past have been justified as far as not listening. Well, I thought it was really good, and I love that it was only 9 minutes long.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there anything on there that you were interested about?
Well, one thing that stood out to me was you said you've written a book about Past Week, Next Week.
Mm-hmm.
Is this true?
Well,
you wrote a book about Past Week, Next Week.
That's what he said.
I love the magic of radio, because I'm going to pull back the curtains a lot, because these guys know that I've been working on this. They've added a lot of the segments on it, and it's really great.
Yeah.
Here is
what?
It's Past Week, Next Week Misadventures by Paul Lavoda. Really, it's all of us. You can see the cover. It's the three of us.
Funny.
And the texter wasn't there for the picture.
Of course not.
Yeah.
And
well, you never see the texter.
Hilarious anticipations and reckonings from the radio waves at KCTK. A gleeful romp through that kept me laughing from cover to cover. Paul Lavoda skillfully blends the nuances of broadcast life with humor that can only be described as an absolute joy. That's Comedy Chronicle said that.
Oh.
The Lavoda's narrative is as vibrant and unpredictable as a live radio show. Each chapter is packed with comedy gold and anecdotes and capture the chaos and charm of misadventures.
And it's about this show.
Mm-hmm. And there's two other comments. If you guys wouldn't mind reading, here's your copy. If you wouldn't mind reading the one from Humor Haven, Chris.
Sure. An energetic masterpiece. This book is a testament to Lavoda's comedic genius, transforming everyday radio broadcast into riotous tales that left me in stitches.
Okay, Boogie, the last one.
Laugh Out Loud Literary Review says, prepare your funny bone for an intense workout. Paul Lavoda has crafted a timeless tale that is as humorous as it is insightful. Past Week, Next Week, Misadventures is a comedic roller coaster you didn't know you needed.
So it's the book that we've been working on forever. I have just a few passages that I've highlighted. Chapter 2 is a great one called Meet the Misfits. In the grand, and this is I'm a good writer. In the grand scheme of things, Chris Whiting's not just a co-host; he's the beating heart of our show. The laughter he brings turns mundane topics into must-listen material and lightens up even the heaviest subjects. It's a beautiful partnership, and every radio wave that carries his laughter is just a testament to the joy of friendship and comedy. As I sit beside him in the KCTK Radio studios, I can't help but think how lucky I am to share a mic and a few too many puns with a man whose comic genius keeps us all going back for more. That's for you, buddy.
Wow, thanks, man.
Wow.
But don't be, I mean, you're included, Boogie.
Oh, am I?
But beyond the larger-than-life facade, Boogie Knight has the heart of gold with a sincere appreciation for the community that made him who he is. He shows genuine support of our listeners, enabling him to build rapport that goes beyond the airwaves. He shows how to lift spirits by reminding us all that the midst of everyday chaos, laughter should always be priority. For Boogie, his stardom is shared achievement. He's the guy who champions bringing joy to everyone. In the whirlwind of laughter and charm, Boogie Knight remains an avenue for the unexpected and the camaraderie in our artistic endeavor.
Wow.
I don't know if I can read all this, but the texter, the enigma of the texter. The texter is a character. The texter is a character so shrouded in mystery that even Sherlock Holmes would struggle to take a crack at him. Let's see here. Oh, this is about the texter. He's the unsung hero of KCTK Radio, helps tap our show in the finesse of skilled pianist and the subtleness of ninja on a sugar high. The digital daredevil has become something of a legend among the listeners, acquiring a cult-like following based solely on their clever crafted messages that appear more like artworks than communication. I mean, does that talk about the thing or not?
I'm flipping through here. Do I see that Of Boogie gets...
Yeah,
what?
Let's go back here. If you want to read some of the chapters, if you guys go to the page and read, Chris, maybe you start with this. How many chapters are in this thing? There's 20. If you could,
20 chapters.
If you could just kind of mention the first 10, and then you can do the second one.
Just read through the first 10 what they
just
are?
so people know what the chapters are about.
Okay, chapter 1, the origin of radio antics, then Meet the Misfits, followed by the Texter's Secrets, then Love from Of Boogie.
Yeah, I mean,
then
you knew I was going to have a chapter about Of Boogie.
Of course.
Then Chris Whiting's legendary one-liners.
Yeah, I mean, that, as we wrote this, as you know, that could be a book itself.
It's sure.
Yeah.
A long one.
Yeah.
Then
what she said.
When Murphy met Boogie.
I mean, that sounds like
when Murphy met
I feel like that can be pulled out.
Yeah.
That could be its own. Yeah, that's a spinoff.
Sitcom.
Yeah.
Nancy, the unsung hero.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she does a great job.
Paul, the unhung hero. That's weird. No, that's I make it another one-liner. There I go.
See.
Then Daughters and Dilemmas.
And that's a chapter all about my 2 daughters, Chris's 2 daughters, the Texter's daughter, and Boogie's daughter, and the sons that Boogie and Texter have. Forget them. They don't.
Yeah, they don't know. They don't.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Chris.
And then the Weekly Reckoning.
Yeah, that just reminds you that we do wrap up everything for the week in a very simple form.
Right. And then we've got chapter 10, Upcoming Anticipations.
Now, anything you want to mention about 11 through 20, Boogie?
Say that again. Sorry.
Can you tell the people that 11 through 20 that
Yes. Sorry.
and if I'm putting you on the spot,
No. Sorry. I was looking at the preface over here.
I mean to be. Yeah.
Chapter 11, the Great Radio Debate.
Yeah.
Chapter 12, listener call-ins gone wild. Chapter 13, silly pranks and shenanigans. 14, the curse of Chris's puns.
Yeah.
15, memorable show segments.
Yeah, like this one.
Interesting that that's as many pages as it is. Chapter 16, the confessions of Paul Lavoda.
That's where I get heartfelt with everybody.
Oh.
I mean, forget about it.
Chapter 17.
I open up.
Chapter 17, The Power of Humor. Chapter 18, Best Friends on the Air.
Yep,
on the air. The air.
But only on the air.
Chapter 19, The Radio Life Balance. That's tough. It's hard to put out such a high quality show and have a life the way that we do. And finally, Chapter 20, The Future of KCTK Radio.
Yeah, everyone's wanting to know about that, and you're gonna have to buy the book.
Yeah,
you know,
this is awesome. This
is
awesome.
I don't know if there's anything. So Murphy, you mentioned. I don't think there's the chapter specifically about Amy, but she's mentioned in here quite a bit. You know, I think Jane is mentioned quite a bit, but not a specific chapter.
Okay, just sprinkled throughout.
Yeah.
Radio mishaps and technical fails. I can't wait to read that.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I can't wait. If you guys had, I want everyone to look at chapter or page 49 at some point. It's a thank you letter to Of Boogie from me.
Great.
And as you can see, you know, that's heartfelt. There's just no way around that. It talks quite a bit about Chris and his puns because he, so funny. And friendship and God, Nancy, the unsung hero. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes me tear up just reading the chapter thing. Do you guys notice anything you want to share and how awesome it is?
Yeah, there's so much. And here's like a sub-chapter, The Legacy of Chris Whiting's Humor on the Show. Yeah.
Read a chapter out of that. That'd be fun.
Okay. I'll just...
Not a chapter, a paragraph.
Sure. As we wrap our arms around the beautiful tapestry of humor created within the walls of KCTK Radio, one name that stands tall among the multitude is Chris Whiting. His whimsical take on life and relentless embrace of puns and wit have forged an indelible legacy that dances around our airwaves, tickling the hearts of countless listeners week after week. The legacy of Chris Whiting's Humor on the Show is a celebration of the ripples of laughter and joy that have seeped into the very essence of our show and unabashedly the lives of everyone who tunes in.
I mean,
that's beautiful.
That's truth. That's almost like scripture.
Almost, yes.
Scripture.
It's pretty biblical.
I was very inspired when I wrote that.
Yeah.
What about you, Boogie? You see something interesting to share?
I'm just kind of flipping through here. You know what? I'm gonna pull a old flip through and stop and read.
Okay.
I don't want
it'll be interesting.
What?
Whatever you find.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I want to jump to silly pranks and shenanigans.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
I mean, isn't that why you tune in, everybody? I mean, if you think about
it. Let's go ahead and stick with Chris. Chris's pranks that define KCTK Radio.
Oh, I want to hear this.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just read this first paragraph here. As the mantra of KCTK Radio echoes through the halls, we're half right, has become less of a statement and more of a way of life, especially when it comes to our infamous prank calls. Our show wouldn't be what it is without the classic pranks that have woven themselves into the fabric of KCTK lore. Trust me.
So much.
Trust me.
Trust me, please.
These aren't just mischief moments. They are the building blocks of our comedic empire. These are the building blocks of our comedic empire. Each one a masterclass in humor and shenanigans that accentuates the very essence of our radio program.
Yeah, I mean, if you remember, and it's in the book. I mean, where we started doing prank calls.
Yeah, I do remember that.
We had to give permission to the Jerky Boys to kind of carry on without us.
What we do?
We evolved and we did other things.
Oh man, we did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like what else did we do, Chris? You see anything?
Well, I did. I certainly wish I remembered this. The mystery box segment, surprises that go awry.
Yeah, that was a big one.
The mystery box segment, surprises that go awry, where curiosity collides with lunacy and every unassuming cardboard box may contain anything from sheer joy to complete mayhem. This segment is where I unleash the ethereal chaos of the unknown into the KCTK radio studio, and I can assure you we've seen it all. Baffling objects, questionable items, and downright surreal surprises that leave us grappling for sanity while rolling in laughter. And this is where we kind of get into, when it all started.
Yeah.
on a particularly drab Tuesday when I discovered an old dusty box in the corner of the station. This charming vessel of secrets was begging for attention, and I had a light bulb.
What was her name?
I don't know what that old box's name was.
Dusty old box.
I would create a segment centered around it. After all, we live in a world where people open everything from mystery crates to weirdest snacks ever at the click of a button on YouTube channels. Why not us? So with gleeful anticipation, I announce, ladies and gentlemen, each week we'll open this mystery box live on air, unveiling its secrets. Yeah. My co-host Chris looked at me as if I had suggested we all jump into a vat of Jell-O. Yeah. But then again, why not? Who can forget the mystery box segment that we always do?
And we always remember this one. The Texters Fan Club, a phenomenon that swept through KCTK Radio community like a chicken dance at a wedding. When I first caught wind of this group dedicated entirely to our elusive texting virtuoso, well, I assumed it was a prank orchestrated by our talented but occasionally overzealous team of co-hosts. I have expected to walk into a studio one day to find Chris Whiting wearing a cape, swinging a foam finger, yelling, "I'm the president of the Texters Fan Club. Raise your emojis high." So, I mean, the Texters Fan Club is still going strong.
Wow. Can I read a passage here from
yeah.
The chapter Confessions of Paul Avoda?
Oh boy, this is going to be this is going to open me up, guys.
One of his most embarrassing moments.
Open me up, guys.
Oh,
yeah. Go ahead.
Don't say that again. This is where Paul opens up about take for instance the great coffee spill catastrophe of 2022.
Who can forget
you remember that, Chris?
Yes.
Which I still cringe about every time I walk into our studio. I had just brewed what I believe was the best pot of coffee ever. Superstition tells me I was channeling the spirit of a caffeinated deity that morning. Mm-hmm. Just as I was about to take my first sip, I had decided to engage in my usual pre-show pep talk with Murphy and Boogie, because Murph.
Yeah, you guys always
is here
do.
in studio together.
Well, that was after when Murph met Boogie.
This is after when Murph met Boogie, who were firmly planted in their seats. While gesturing grandly to emphasize my passion for caffeination, I accidentally knocked off the full pot of coffee right into my lap. Suddenly, I resembled a contestant on a hot lava game show rather than a savvy show host.
Oh my God!
My co-hosts weren't much help as they doubled over with laughter, and Chris had the audacity to yell, "Welcome to the hottest show in town."
Oh yeah,
that sounds like me.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that. I swear, if I could have poured coffee over my own head just to cool off the embarrassment, I would have done it. But instead, I sat there, living testament to why they say not to mix caffeine with excitement.
Well, I got to read this segment real quick, and then we'll kind of move on. But this is I mentioned this before. This is a letter to Of Boogie.
Oh boy,
dear Of Boogie, as I sit in the cozy KCTK radio studio, surrounded by my motley crew of co-hosts, and a delightful chaos that ensues, I feel overwhelming sense of gratitude wash over me. So here I am, attempting to conceal a whirlwind of appreciation to a letter, hoping I can do justice to the immeasurable impact you've had on our little radio sanctuary. Mm-hmm. If there was awards for the world's best superfan, you'd not only take home the trophy, but you'd have a fan club dedicated solely to you. And by now, and probably a hit reality show entitled Amazing Of Boogie, The Enthusiastic Chronicles.
Wow.
Shh.
Oh, sorry.
Gotta let him enjoy this.
Apparently I was ruining the moment.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay.
This is awesome.
So, man, we just, what I want you guys to do, I mean, in preparation for some of our, we'll be traveling the country with our book signings and stuff.
Yeah, we're doing a tour, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you guys look at this, and next week, if you have anything you want to bring back, a memory, or if there's anything that you see that maybe I didn't write exactly right to your recollection. Chris, I see you. I see it. You're turning off this. You're turning off the Cheesecake next week, and you are reading a book.
Yes.
Just curl up and read this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love all the segments that we do that I'm learning about.
Like what? Like what? Just
Well, the recurring segment, the comedy sound off.
yeah,
love that
my
one.
God, that's so good.
Yeah. Gosh. Yeah, and then the love-hate relationship with stupid questions.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
I love them and you hate them.
And then the guest hosts, the wild cards of KCTK.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if someone's gone, we never just not do the show.
Right.
We always say,
This is exciting. This is really exciting. Wow.
I'm going to read it. Are you going to?
I am going to read it.
I am.
I'm
Okay.
curious to see what
I've already got markers and stuff and some stuff. So
what you put in
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
yeah.
You as the author.
Yeah.
Of this.
Well, I try to put all three of us as the author, or four of us as the author.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Legal issues and stuff.
Sure,
well,
you know.
Thanks for taking the lead
Yeah.
on this.
And that picture's perfect, isn't it?
It's
That picture
perfect.
is awesome.
Look at us with our awards.
It's when
Say award.
it's when we won the Academy Award. We were very happy.
Yeah.
And I mean, to character. I just again I like to set the veil back a little bit. What's it like to be us?
Mm-hmm.
We wanted the texter in that picture,
Yeah.
but he's elusive.
Yeah.
There's a whole chapter about him.
It's like
Yeah.
trying to rope the wind, man.
Yeah.
You can't.
We want to think he's like us, but he not like
No.
us. He not like us.
He struck a chord and it's probably A minor. So okay, we got a lot of work. If you guys want,
We got
that,
some work to do.
I mean,
Yeah.
just sign up on the KCTK radio page, but just put a comment that you want to copy the book, and also we'll have book readings and stuff. What's your people telling you? How excited they are about the book?
Yeah, was just saying her reply that you should probably add to the back for the next print.
Okay.
I cannot.
Oh, I thought hers was help him. Help him. All right, let's get you ready for the next one.
Yeah, let's do that.
With headlines and predictions.
Oh, crap. I got to pull mine up here real quick.
That's what she said.
What?
Yeah, see, that's the type of puns that Chris have taught us to do.
Yeah, but you guys are all over now. You don't even need me anymore.
Yeah.
That's improv.
All right, folks, here we go. And for those that are new this year to the show, this is a segment where we take real news stories ripped straight from the headlines and we write our own funny punchlines. Something like this. An Arctic blast is forecast to give President-elect Donald Trump the coldest inauguration in 40 years. The temperature in Washington, D.C. at noon on Monday is expected to be in the low 20s as Trump stands up in front of the Capitol to take his oath of office. Meanwhile, that same weather pattern that will bring the Arctic chill across the lower 48 is also responsible for making more Santa Ana wind events in Southern California, which sparked the past week's firestorm. This only seems fitting as it's the day that we make America grotesque again. Paul?
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah,
A lot of times we write jokes for punchlines for these things, but here's mine.
Oh, boy.
Israel's full security cabinet will hold a vote on Gaza's ceasefire and hostage release deal. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said a truce has been agreed upon by the Hamas to release the hostages in Gaza through discussions with the cabinet are still underway. The agreement would also see a pause in fighting in the enclave and phased release of the Palestinian prisoners. G7 leaders released a statement endorsing the ceasefire agreement. So, Biden solved the Mideast issues. He lowered inflation rate and defeated COVID. But that's fine. Chris?
Okay. Tens of thousands of residents in Los Angeles County who were forced to evacuate the wildfires raging in the area will have to wait at least another week before they can return to their homes to survey damage, retrieve necessities, and assess what can be salvaged of their remaining property. More than 12,000 structures have been destroyed in the Eaton and Palisades fires, and securing the evacuation zones go beyond ensuring the blazes are out. Toxic ash, hazardous waste, and charred debris left in the wake of the infernos must be cleaned up. But as soon as the state vows to ban abortion, ban public schools, ban birth control, ban minorities, and ban college degrees, Republicans in Congress plan to send some federal aid.
Oh,
Paul?
Thanks, Chris. The Supreme Court is expected to release its latest opinion, including one that might determine of America's favorite apps. Without intervention from the nation's highest court, a ban on TikTok in the U.S. would go into effect. White House officials say they don't believe Biden has the authority to defer enforcement of the law and has signed in April and required the app's Chinese parent company, ByteDance, to sell TikTok to American ownership by January 19th today.
Oh.
Influencers are worried about their income without TikTok because they now only have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, now X, LinkedIn, Snapchat, YouTube, Venmo, Rumble, WhatsApp, Discourse, Telegraph, Signal, Pinterest, Behance, DeviantArt, Reddit, Hive, Clubhouse, Twitch, and Nextdoor. But this is an incomplete list. Chris?
That makes a good statement. I like that. Oh, a man in Missouri was pulled over shortly after the clock struck midnight on January 1st and was apparently so hammered he told cops, "I'm the DUI," rather than the DD. A Kansas City Police Department officer pulled him over after noticing him swerving across the roadway. Body cam footage shows the man telling the cop, "I was just dropping off my friend because I'm the DUI tonight." After being corrected by the officer, Boogie Nights admitted to drinking some Tito's tonic and strawberry gum. Paul?
I love that. That's all the way that was going.
Good.
A man who cut himself shaving has... Oh, and finally, a man who's cut himself shaving has been awarded $6,250 compensation after suing the razor company. Nick Silverhorn purchased a supermarket brand razor from his local store, but according to him, when he used it for the first time, it cut both of his cheeks. He claims that one of the razor blades was detached and the razor was faulty. Silverhorn says the injury caused him to bleed for over 20 minutes. The incident left him with scars on his cheeks, and he said the trauma of being cut led him to having nightmares for months afterwards. Following this action and this idea, I will be suing after an unfortunate manscaping experiment while using my shtick.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my.
Yikes.
Hey, we're
the
back.
Best the man can get. Is that shtick or is that Jeanette? Anyway.
Yeah.
Jeanette?
Jeanette.
Everybody has a personal groomer named Jeanette.
It's a lady.
Jeanette, the best a man can get.
It's a lady that comes over and manscapes for me.
Manscapes your shtick.
Yeah, she manscapes. Jeanette does.
All right, Jeanette.
Yeah.
I get her number.
Okay, what do you guys got going on for next week? We've taken up a lot of
Yeah,
time.
so we're off tomorrow for MLK Day. My company celebrates. So, and then, man, other than being off, I don't think there's a whole lot going on in my little life.
Hey, this just in. TikTok is back up.
Oh, it is?
Someone texted me, and I just checked it. It's back up.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
All right, can we finish the show?
So, when's the Chiefs game?
It is 6:30 next Sunday.
Next Sunday, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So today we've got the Eagles and the Rams. I don't really know who to pull for in that game. The Eagles coach kind of irritates me, which sort of makes me want to go for the Rams, but I like Jalen Hurts. So
yeah.
I like Jalen and Saquon.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like next weekend will be our Super Bowl, meaning the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if we can make it past the Ravens or the Bills, then I feel like we'll three-peat.
Who do you want them to play next week?
I think watching them play the Ravens will be the most entertaining.
Okay.
I unfortunately also think that will be the most risky.
Really?
So
Okay.
as an overall fan, I want them to play the Ravens.
Mhm.
Specifically as a Chiefs fan, I think I prefer we play the Bills.
I'm almost the
See,
exact
I feel the-
opposite of
I
you.
feel the opposite.
Yeah. I feel like Josh Allen is not afraid of us, and I feel like Lamar Jackson has a little bit of a inferiority
Yes.
complex. to the
I
Chiefs.
do get that, but I also if the Ravens showed up that played that last game last week, then
Yeah.
we're in trouble. I mean, because Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry both went off.
Yeah. We'd have to be able to stop Derrick Henry, which we've done before, but I know. That's
it
hard.
definitely is going to be the best team we have faced.
Mm-hmm.
Either one of them.
Yeah.
Right.
And now that the Lions aren't in it,
I know.
That's what I'm saying. Next week will be our. I feel we can beat the Rams, the Eagles, or Washington.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it doesn't. If we get past next week, we're going to three-peat.
Now, I really want.
God,
I
hope
really
you're
want
right.
a three-peat.
Say that again.
I really want a three-peat.
Yeah.
But if we lose next week, we got nothing to be ashamed of whatsoever.
No,
absolutely not.
And if we would have lost yesterday, we're garbage.
Also, I feel like if we three-peat, like the band is falling apart.
Yeah.
I feel like Spags is leaving, Nagy's leaving,
Travis
is done. Which I feel like Travis and Reed have both kind of had a little side deal. It's like, bro, when you leave, I'm leaving.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think Reed too?
Yeah.
Not Andy Reid.
No, yeah, Andy Reid. Not.
Oh, I thought you were talking about.
No, Andy Reid. I feel like if we win, the Chiefs, as we know it, are done.
I agree with you, but I think Andy's still here.
I don't know, man.
He's got a couple more to become like the greatest there ever has been, and they can do that with Patrick and someone else.
Now I
think Patrick stays, but
this is really putting the cart before the horse. But if the Chiefs three-peat, then is there a whole bunch of pressure to try and four-peat, or is it like nope? Now we three-peated.
That's why I feel like if they win, it's going to start to fall apart.
Okay.
What?
I'm leaving. Our reservations are for 12:30.
Oh, I thought it was at 1.
The time. I asked you to.
I know, and I said 1.
No, you told me 12:30.
I said 1.
No, you didn't. No, I went.
This is live radio.
Okay. All right. I'll see you.
This is live radio.
So we got the Chiefs coming up next week.
I got the Chiefs.
And then tomorrow,
I felt very uncomfortable.
Tomorrow, I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow.
Oh, you had thrown out maybe doing lunch or something tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be a
tomorrow.
sad day.
Tomorrow's just MLK and the college national championship. That's all it is to me.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah, the college national championship.
Yeah.
I'm pulling for Notre Dame.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So that's the show, everyone. I got to get going. I thought our reservations were at 1, so I was working that way. I'll play this song next week that I found on TikTok, which I love. But
okay.
Chris, take it away.
Sure, you betcha. Hey, folks, thank you so much for listening to Past Week, Next Week with Chris and Paul, starring Boogie and introducing the Texter. Since you love the program, please rate and review the podcast on your favorite podcast distributor. We'd love to hear from you, and you can contact us at 913-735-0060. Also, join the brand new KCTK Facebook page. On behalf of Paul and Boogie and the Texter, I'm Chris saying goodbye.
And on behalf of Chris, here is Howard Jones. And I don't believe this is true, but it's a good message. Things can only get better.
Oh, man, I hope so. That looks like that Luigi dude that killed the...
Oh, he does.
Doesn't he? Wow. I used to love this song. You don't see the keyboard guitar much anymore, do you?
The guitar.
Yes. Whoa, look at those yellow shoes. Man. Does this make you guys miss like the 80s and all that look and feel?
Absolutely.
Me too.
I think we've said this before. I'm just so happy that I grew up in the 80s.
Yes. Yeah.
I feel like Howard Jones is always a guy who was just wearing the gear because it was the time.
Oh, like he wasn't really that.
Look at him.
Yeah. What other songs did he have?
Wasn't he one of the one-hit wonders? Like, did he have anything besides this?
I think I had one other thing. I can't remember.
I think he did. I gotta Google the
him and
fuck
Thomas.
out of that.
Him and Thomas Dolby, I get confused with.
Yeah, one of them blinded me with science. Okay. No One Is to Blame. I used to love that one.
Oh, is that him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, it was a jam.
Yeah. The rest of these aren't really.
He's got a live brass section. See,
yes.
I'm telling you, kids, live brass is where it's at.
It is. Bring it back, man. Somebody current needs to bring it back.
You know who I think is the person to do it?
Who?
I think he keeps doing it as a shtick, but maybe he really wants to do it, but he's afraid. I think Bruno Mars is the person to do it.
Oh, I could totally see that.
He keeps recalling back to like 80s and 90s stuff, but he always does it and it feels like a shtick, but he does it so well.
Yes.
It's like, dude, just do it and be serious about it.
Yeah. I love that guy.
KCTK Production, produced by Paul Lavoda. If you want more information about this content, then you have some real weirdness going on. You can always check out KCTK Radio on Facebook. Listen to live programs at kctkradio.com. Yes, and that is on the World Wide Web. Thank you.